Hey guys, it's 6:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 5th, 2017, and I've been keeping up on these fires now that I have been notified by my subscribers that these fires have broken out, and it seems like here we go again. I looked at this. I look at the fire map almost every day. Last time I looked at the fire map last night was 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I looked at it a couple of hours ago, and after my subscribers were kind enough to notify me about this, and you guys just count this with me: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two of them have been put out. We have 10 fires that erupted since last night at 11 p.m. There's a problem here, you guys. You can't get 10 fires across this wide area. I don't know how many miles this is, but it's at least 100. You can't get 10 fires to break out over this area. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, one fire maybe. But as I'm going to show you here from these live feeds, they're going to describe to you a handful of fires in the northern part of Los Angeles area. But what you're going to hear is, here's Sylmar. He's going to mention that part of the fire was in Sylmar, and the bulk of it is in the south part here near the creek fire. This doesn't make any sense. If these are, just like we saw in the last one, if these are brush fires or wildfires that come rolling over hills, they travel in a certain pattern. You're not going to have some on the north side of town and some on the south side of town. Now, they may call it just the creek fire, but if there's some burning in Sylmar, on one part of Sylmar and then down on the other part, that doesn't make any sense. So let's listen to what this news report has to say about these fires.
Here are three of the main fires that we have been covering all day. The Thomas Fire, which is that huge one, 50,000 acres, that is burning largely. It started near Santa Paula. It's burning largely in Ventura County right now. The Rye Fire near Santa Clarita, it's causing some major traffic headaches. It's smaller of the three. And the Creek Fire, that's where Veronica is, that's where JT Alpa has been, and that has consumed a number of homes as well. That's moving quickly. That started in the Sylmar area, going into the Sunlit area, and also we have the Little Mountain Fire, which is where Rob McMillan has been. That is a newer fire, but it is...
So see, what he's basically just described, he said there's some in the Sylmar area and the San something other behind this closed captioning thing, which I can't get rid of. Those are three separate fires, you guys. They're not being honest with us here. How can, they're talking about the majority of the fire. It's one fire or it's several fires. I mean, I can understand it forking off. Yes, I get that. But you see, if once it's left an area, none of this makes any sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Being hit with some major winds, and it is moving quickly.
Absolutely, and you're just talking about that creek fire. The last update was 11,000 acres. So a lot of these fast-moving fires. Let's go to Air 7H.
See, and they're saying fast-moving fires and all the winds. I haven't checked the wind speeds, but I can tell you by the photographs of the wind and the smoke. You can see how fast this wind is blowing. It's not moving that fast, you guys. I mean, this idea that there's just some hurricane that's happening here that's just causing everything to go, whoom, it's not true. It's not. Just look at the speed of the smoke as it's traveling.
And Scott Reif. Scott, you are over the Thomas Fire.
Yes, we are. And we've moved up into Santa Paula. Now, this isn't far from where the fire originated yesterday afternoon around 6:30. You see residents on the roof doing everything they can do to save their homes. You see a lot of people running around in this area. Now, there is fire support, but there's also some trees on fire right next to some of these homes. Now, to give you an idea where we all saw all those homes that were destroyed was about 10 to 12 miles south of here in the Ventura area.
So that's a separate fire, 10 to 12 miles south of there, where a bunch of homes were destroyed. We're not talking about wildfire going through brush, you guys. We're talking about houses that for some reason are spontaneously combusting. We really need to consider what we're being told here and listen carefully.
The northern end of the fire. And here's the real concern, although I think they're going to be okay right in that area because they have protection. This area right now is where the head of this fire is, up in the Los Padres National Forest. And
the head of this fire is over these hills here, you guys. This is not, you guys, this is like somebody takes a Ginsu knife to your brain. These things don't make any sense. If we have fires burning over the hill, and fires that broke out in the houses at 6:30 last night, which would be half an hour after I checked the fire map, you know. But a house fire isn't something that they would put on a fire map anyway. So why one house fire is turning into several house fires, I don't know. I mean, neighborhoods have houses that catch on fire all the time, and every house in the neighborhood does not burn down. There are logical, there's critical thinking we need to apply to the stories that they're just, you guys, they spew this stuff at us, and we are supposed to take it like all at once without using our head. But just the last 2 minutes of everything this guy just said, it doesn't make any sense.
Is just consuming the acreage extremely fast, and that's going to wind its way around towards Ojai if we don't have a change in the winds, and that's why we had those evacuations there. We'll come back down to our shot and show you those homes once again. If there is a little bit of good news, all of those homes that were threatened earlier in that area where all those homes were destroyed, such a sad spot, that has really died down. Dallas had mentioned that the winds had calmed a little bit. They certainly have, and that area down there in Ventura looks
Okay, now you just heard him say the winds have certainly calmed down a bit. That's not what they said a couple of seconds ago. What they said a couple of seconds ago was that the winds were strong.
better. Right now, though, a lot of concern in Santa Paula, very close to where the fire started yesterday afternoon, although they have fairly good structure protection, and we do have helicopters making drops. We haven't seen a whole lot of drops on this Thomas fire, not that we haven't from the air anyways, and it doesn't seem like they had the type of aerial support that they did on the Creek fire, but certainly right here, we're not out of the woods. There's a lot of concern. The residents doing everything they can do to try and save their homes, as you would expect, but boy, sometimes this fire will wrap around and come around on the other side, and that's when it gets very dangerous. So evacuation orders are in effect, but some of these residents have opted to stay.
Well, of course they would. I mean, if you just see one or two houses on fire in your neighborhood, you know, there's whole entire areas here that shouldn't be burning at all. You know, this just because one house in the neighborhood catches on fire does not mean the whole neighborhood's going to go up. But for some reason, that's what we're seeing.
That's a tough situation. If people are told to go, it's the best, the most wise to evacuate. Let's go back out to the Sunland area and let's go to Chelsea Edwards. Chelsea, you're covering the Creek fire, and wow, there's a lot of fire going on right behind you.
A lot of fire. You know, this has just happened. You can hear the firefighters shouting. You can actually hear the flames shooting out of this home. They were just engulfing this roof for a little while, and then all of a sudden we heard what sounded like explosions. We heard glass breaking, and then just a roar of fire. And that is what we're seeing now. It just shooting directly out from the roof and then directly out through what appears to be either a living room window, a front window, or a garage. Kind of hard to tell, but you can see firefighters are on top of it. They have been on this street for the last several hours trying to save these homes. Unfortunately, as you can see, some of these are total losses. Obviously, this one right here that they're trying to save. This is one of four that are standing directly next to each other, all complete losses. Take a look at this one. Now, this is on Wheatland Avenue, and you can see nothing but a shell left from here. When we arrived earlier today, this was still fully engulfed, but you can see there aren't even walls standing here anymore. This is down to simply the foundation and just a few.
I just have to wonder how long it takes for a normal house fire to burn everything down to its foundation. I mean, this was burning this afternoon. It's only 6:30 there. So at the most that thing could have been burning is what, 4 hours? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's how fast houses burn. I really don't know that. But this doesn't make any sense. I mean, usually one house fire doesn't burn the whole neighborhood down.
Pillars there, that's how ferocious this fire was. And then, of course, we're seeing the destruction on this one. Now, up the street, where we were a little bit earlier, are two additional homes that are completely engulfed. Firefighters doing everything they can to try to save those. But I can tell you from what it looks like here, it appears that these homes are total losses. Again, all directly next to each other on just this one street in Sunland. So you can see firefighters pulling these hoses, actively trying to get it out, and it looks like they've been making some progress. You know, just a minute ago, those flames again were shooting out of that window and out of that roof, but they are attacking this heavily. Firefighters in both directions running even more lines to try to save this. Now, firefighters dealing with a lot of dangerous conditions out here. You can see the hose is actually hitting one of those wires. That's one of the downed wires, and there are many in this area. In fact, if we look at sort of...
Okay, pay attention to this, you guys. Now, she's telling us that there are many downed wires in this area. She's going to pan the camera over, and you're going to see that these wires are literally snapped. Now, this doesn't make any sense. You have power wires that they are literally cut in the middle, so that half of it's hanging at one pole, and the other half is at another pole, and the power is still on. Now, this fire has been burning for at least 6 hours because she came earlier in the afternoon, and afternoon is after the morning, so at least noon, which would be 6 hours ago in California time. So what the hell is going on here? You know, 3 or 4 hours, yeah, 3, 4 hours, I don't know how many hours, but logically we have to think about this. She's pointing out that these power lines, they're not down power lines. Notice that. They're cut power lines all over the place. This doesn't make any sense. There's so many things that don't make any sense, but watch what happens. She's going to pan out to show us this.
Down behind us, it's really hard to see. It's so thick and soupy. There you go. We just saw one. Sorry, we're trying to navigate through these lines here. Take a look. You see that sparking. This is happening over and over again. These are these downed lines that firefighters are so concerned about. One, because they're so hard to see, because it is so smoky in this area. Very dangerous. And, you know.
Okay, now she's saying they're down power lines. You guys, these are not down power lines. These are cut power lines. Downed power lines are because the poles have fallen. That's down, okay? These are not down power lines. These are cords that are just cut somehow. Now, I don't know what could have cut these. I have no idea what could have cut these, but something did, you know? And I don't know. They're made of metal, so maybe if they catch on fire, or there's really no explanation for it. This is too far away from the house that they just showed us for this to be a consequence of the house fire over there. And why are these wires still live? These are all pieces to a very big puzzle, but we have to consider them. Why are the wires still live when these fires have been burning for a while? Why isn't the power just shut off there? You know, one power line, okay, you turn off the power until you get it repaired, but these things are still sparking. And she said that this has been a problem that these firefighters have had to navigate around. Where's PG&E? That's their power company out there. Why haven't they just shut down this area? Why? I have a feeling they haven't shut down the power because they can't. If they do shut down the power, guys, that changes the whole dynamic of the different instruments that they can have to use to set these fires.
Obviously very difficult to see. You don't necessarily notice them when you're walking by until they start sparking like that. So firefighters, I don't know if you can tell, they put some caution tape down below. But again, in these kinds of conditions and these kind of thick, soupy smoke, you know, it's hard to be able to see those things. So we're taking a lot of extra precautions just to make sure that we stay safe as well. I want to show you this as well. Look at the sun. You can see how dark it is by all this smoke. Gives you an idea of just how much smoke is in the air here. We've been breathing it and feeling it since we've been here. And these firefighters, it's incredible that they're working in these conditions. Now let's take one more look at the end. Looks like they've doused at least the bulk of those flames. You can hear the water hitting that house, hitting those lines. Firefighters, again, doing everything they can, but a lot of destruction. Just a tragic situation on this street here on Wheatland Avenue in Sunland. At least 4 homes are total losses. And again, it is hard to see out here, so it remains to be seen if there's any additional damage down the street any further. We've been staying in this spot, but we are going to explore a little bit more and bring you updates as we get them.
And notice, you guys, that power line right here is just wagging in the wind. I mean, I don't know, maybe it burned off the edge of the house, maybe that fell, but the one that they showed earlier was literally just half of the wire. So something cut it in half openly. Now maybe it got fried. You know, that's the thing I'm thinking, is that maybe there was such a pulse going through there that, you know, sometimes you can have a short, like the electricity can be too much, pulsed too strong through the power line, and it can break because the electronic force that goes through there is the wires aren't strong enough to handle that. And I wonder how much that has to do with these fires. What's going on here? Because notice the one thing that she didn't say. She didn't say that the fires had come from behind the property. Like one big rolling fire came rolling down a hill and caught the other 4 houses on fire, which is what you would naturally expect. But that's not how she described it. It's these houses in the neighborhood, okay, that are catching on fire. Not because there's a fire rolling over a hill from somewhere afar, okay?
In Sunland, Chelsea Edwards, ABC 7 Eyewitness News, sparking again, as you can see.
Yeah. Stay away from that, Chelsea. Be careful out there. Dangerous situation with Chelsea.
Yeah, see, so the length, that's the other part of this wire is somewhere and dangling off another pole. So I suspect that what happened was a charge that was too strong, you know, overloaded this wire and it burnt the wire. That's what I suspect. Because, I mean, I can't imagine how these things would break in the middle like that. Of course, I'll look in the comment section. You guys can give me some ideas about that. But anyway, I'm going to keep up on this, and I'll keep bringing these details for you. I think it's sad that here we go again, you guys. This just really stinks.